Now we made the boat, in time to think about the propulsion ones. Here we are using toy motor in tri-cells along with bicycle spoke, bicycle nipple, body of sketch pen and a simple plastic propeller. Here I am using 16 gauge bicycle spoke along with the same nipple. The nipple here is used as a motor coupling that we can simply drive into the motor shaft with hammering, and the bicycle spoke as the drive shaft. Body of a sketch pen is as a outer shaft, and a plastic simple propeller for the propulsion ones. Here I am not using any kind of active rudder. Instead, the rudder from the drawing is simply glued in such a way that we get the throw towards outside of the circle ones that we can simply understand from the construction video. It's very easy to make once again. And here I am using PU putty as a gap filler that having with me, and we can use any kind of gap sealer. Instead we can make a gap filler simply from fabric paint with the talcum powder. I will explain later. At present I am using a plastic propeller, and it's also be possible to make our own propeller that I am explaining later. Plastic propellers are simply available all around, and it's very inexpensive also. So I am trying with the plastic propeller once first of all. Very easy to make, and by following the simple steps once again, it will be so easy to make once. So go for a try. Time to think about propulsion ones. Here we have lots of toy motor in front of me. Is a 6-volt motor. It's a round shaped one. It's a 6 volts, costing 30 rupees in my town, and 12 volts costing 50 rupees around. And here I am choosing the round 6-volt motor ones. It's a great one, gives great torque. We have the motor. Now we need the drive shaft. Is 16 gauge bicycle spoke, perfect for ordinary toy motor. Remember, is 16 gauge once again. We got the motor drive shaft, and we must need the coupling for the motor ones. Here is the nipple for the same 16 gauge bicycle spoke. It's very easy to use, reliable. Time to think about the outer shaft. Take a felt sketch pen. Now we got all needed things: motor, bicycle spoke, coupling, nipple as coupling, and outer driving shaft. And time for installation once. Go for a checkout now. Here I am using a plastic propeller for model boats. It's very easy to use, easily available. Time for adding the coupling ones. I already drove the bicycle nipple into the motor shaft. You can simply do it by hammering it on once while placing the bottom of the motor shaft into a metal plate or a vise. And make sure it's running freely, there's no any jam. We can simply thread the bicycle spoke into the nipple that you can see here, and make sure it's perfectly working. No wrong thread. This is the drive shaft we are going to use to drive our prop ones. Remove both side caps of the felt pen and cut the bicycle spokes up to a certain length that we must need 1 centimeter either head, one with a thread and one with a cut edge. Time to drive the plastic propeller into the non-thread side of the bicycle spoke. We can use super glue for fixing the plastic prop It's very easy to add. Insert the bicycle spoke into felt pen and make sure it's running smoothly. If needed, you can simply drill it out and make sure it's perfectly running once. Make sure there's no any jam. See here, simply time for fixing on the board. That you can see I already made a hole over here. And make sure prop is not hitting on the bottom side of the board. Just use the super glue for tackling once. Later we can go for a sealing. Then we can apply the gap filler over here. I used the PU putty over here to fill the gaps once. You can use any kind of gap filler here. Now the gap filler is dried and I already fixed the motor over here that you can simply see over here. Very easy to install once. I'm using a cross block by foam board, 4mm foam board, and an additional reinforcement is already glued with the motor once. It's very easy to follow and make sure everything is running smoothly. There is no any jam. Now time for adding the wires. Easy. Time for the final step of the construction for the propulsion. Here I glued a little rudder in an offset manner that gives a throw outside to the running direction. So we will get a throwing action, means the control line will be under tighten every while. So very easy to understand and how to add a anchoring point over here. Everything is completed. Now we have completed the boat once. Now you can start the beautification process, the paintings, decals, everything all according to your choice. Here I am painted with my boat with a NC based paint. Was having with me as leftovers. We can go with acrylic paint, water-based wall paints, and easily available spray cans, anything inexpensive that we can go with. And everything is completed. I am already painted my boat over here. Now time to go for a checkout.